How do I deal with losses? It's difficult. And I will tell you that as a hyper-competitive person, I hate losing. I really, really hate losing. Losing is relative in any case, right? Sometimes the facts aren't there for us. Sometimes the law isn't there for us, right? Sometimes the facts and the law are not there for us. And I'm just trying to do the best I can, with, what I've been given in this kind of situation. But every time I step into that courtroom, I always feel like I'm the better attorney. Every time I step into that courtroom, I always feel like I know my case so well. I know the facts on the law so well that I should not lose. Now, I can't control the judge and who the judge is going to be or what their bias is and what their experiences have been. And some judges are better for certain issues than others. But I always feel like when it comes to me and the other attorney across the table, I'm gonna kick their ass. And I always feel like at the end of the trial, I kick their ass. But the result isn't always what I want it to be. And that's incredibly frustrating. I will tell you that early in my career, I used to kind of dote on these situations for a while. I used to just kind of ruminate a little too much on, things that have happened because I always felt like I gave it my all and I always felt like, I did better than the other attorney. Why are they getting kind of the better end of the stick, so to speak, right? What I had to learn in my career is that winning is relative, right? And just because I'm so just in the thick of my client's case and I'm just so enmeshed and like just so emotional and passionate about my client's case, it doesn't mean we should win, right? So sometimes the judges do make the right decision, right? Sometimes the decision is, in a family law case, it's about cutting the baby down the middle, right? And not giving either side what they want, right? Sometimes the decision is, making the tough decision for the parties that they don't want to make for themselves. And that's incredibly frustrating. But, I will tell you that, I've been doing this, for over 12 years now. I've gotten better about, basically saying, hey, we give it our all. We prepare as best we can. We perform as best we can. We put everything out there either at the hearing or at the trial. And if it doesn't go away, there's going to be tomorrow, right? It's not going to be terminal most of the time. There's going to be more opportunities to fight. And another thing I've learned in my career is that when you stick with it and you keep with it down the road, eventually the good things will come. So sometimes in specific cases, we have to keep fighting, right? And you just have to not take no for an answer. And those are the cases where I've been very proud to say eventually we were successful.